WWE, for all intents and purposes, is the be-all end-all in professional wrestling. Every professional wrestler, no matter where they're based out of or how they get their start, dreams of one day competing in the WWE. While there are a handful of wrestlers who openly claim that they're not interested in working for the company, there is very little doubt that they, at one point or another, harbor dreams of wrestling inside a WWE ring. Nothing is perfect in pro wrestling, and neither are the WWE officials. While superstars are let go every year, that doesn't necessarily reflect negatively on their talent or about what they can offer to promotions. The fact that WWE has hundreds of superstars on their roster means that they need to squeeze some of them into storylines, while the others have to wait for their turn. Some performers are happy to just be in the company. We've seen multiple wrestlers go back to the independents and make a name for themselves, however. In this video, we take a look at 10 wrestlers who have done just that, and hence WWE regrets letting them go. Carlito showed the WWE Universe what it meant to be cool.
And I spit in the face of people who don't want to be cool. Viejo desgraciado.
And bulked up the mid-card in the promotion. While Carlito was never seen as a future WWE champion, he provided more steel to the spine, which is the upper mid-card in the company. Carlito's character and personality resonated with the fans, and he was a credible champion. However, his drug addiction and his refusal to go to rehab led to his release from the company. While one can certainly understand why the promotion decided to cut their ties with him, he would make a great addition to the current roster. Moreover, after being released from WWE, Carlito started making splashes on the independent scene and became a major star in Mexico. He is one of the few what-if stories in pro wrestling, and WWE would love to welcome him back, provided he gets his act together. Gail Kim is widely considered to be one of the best professional wrestlers of the past 2 decades. However, one could rightfully argue that she hasn't received due credit during her 2 stints with the WWE. Kim is a former women's champion and belonged to an era when the likes of Trish Stratus and Lita dominated the division. Gail harbored hopes of taking the women's division in the company to greater heights and was signed back after she left then TNA. However, Gail has since revealed that she was always held back and wasn't happy with WWE's direction, or lack of, the women's division, and for her character. John Morrison was considered to be the Shawn Michaels, while The Miz was expected to play the part of Marty Jannetty during their time as a tag team. Morrison had everything: the looks, the skills, and the ability to connect with the fans. His series of matches with CM Punk were considered to be the highlights of what was otherwise a hugely disappointing return of ECW. Morrison landed himself in hot water with the other superstars, and reportedly with Vince McMahon himself, after rumors started making rounds of Melina's relationship with Batista. In the ring, however, John was one of the best workers and won the ECW World title, along with multiple runs as the IC champion, and has been a multiple-time tag team champion. After leaving WWE, Morrison took to the independent scene, winning titles everywhere. Morrison currently wrestles for Impact Wrestling, and if the mass exodus of Impact stars is to be taken as a sign, fans may very well see him again in a WWE ring. With all the talk of women's revolution, no one can take away AJ Lee's contribution to the women's division. Placed amongst divas and eye candies, AJ was the spark that the division needed. AJ Lee was the complete package. Unlike her contemporaries, AJ Lee could wrestle, making her a fan favorite with the ardent wrestling supporters. While her WWE career did not span decades like a few other superstars, in the short amount of time she was with the company, she made a tangible impact. Her promo about the other divas and the Total Divas show resonated with the fans that were tired of the same monotonous, lackluster divas matches. AJ won the Divas title on 3 separate occasions, but decided to call it a career in 2015. In the months leading to her departure, AJ spoke about the women needing more time on air and even pay parity, and was also caught in the midst of escalating tensions between her real-life husband CM Punk and the WWE. Speaking of CM Punk, a year doesn't go by without rumors circulating about the imminent return to the company. Punk is arguably the most polarizing figure in sports entertainment and was never shy about voicing his opinions. While Punk rubbed the WWE management the wrong way since the very beginning, the fact he was so good at what he did forced the WWE officials to put the World Heavyweight title on him. In 2011, Punk made wrestling relevant again in just 6 minutes, with his pipe bomb promo going viral and getting the casual fans talking about WWE and pro wrestling. However, Punk wasn't happy with his position in the company. No matter what he did or how well he performed, he was never quite able to appease the WWE brass, who wanted the likes of John Cena and Roman Reigns to represent the company. Punk had a very public fallout with WWE as well, but every time the company visits the Windy City or any of the traditional wrestling cities, the fans can't help themselves from chanting his name. The son of the legendary American Dream certainly has made his point since leaving WWE. Cody Rhodes was destined for greatness. It was just a matter of time for Cody to find his place in the wrestling world. During his time with the WWE, he tried everything from being a stablemate to wrestling with the tag team, and finally changing his gimmick and completely reinventing himself. However, none of that helped Cody break into the upper echelons of the company. While with Stardust, he didn't win a lot of fans over, but he soon realized that he had to go back to the indies to truly rediscover himself. And that is exactly what he has done. Cody is now one of the top names in the business and has even claimed to have drawn 7 figures last year, a sum unheard of on the independents. WWE would be closely monitoring Cody's status with Ring of Honor and New Japan Pro Wrestling, and would, to no one's surprise, probably pounce on the opportunity to get him re-signed. The return of the Master of the 619 at the Royal Rumble proved that the former heavyweight champ hasn't skipped a beat, and can still go on the biggest stage. The absence of Rey Mysterio has left a massive void in the company, and WWE tried to replace it with the likes of Del Rio and Sin Cara, and even Kalisto, in an effort that did not bear fruit. Mysterio's time with the WWE saw him winning multiple titles, and in 2006, Rey defied the odds by winning the Royal Rumble match. As the adage goes, you never know what you have until it's gone, and WWE found that out the hard way when Rey could no longer continue to work WWE's punishing schedule. Rey was catered to the Hispanic fan base, and his absence, the company hasn't unearthed a suitable replacement. WWE has been reaching out to Mysterio about a potential return, and while Rey made a one-off appearance at the Royal Rumble, it only makes sense that WWE would want to bring him back into the fold on a full-time basis. The former Impact World Champion has been granted his release from the promotion, prompting talks about an impending return to WWE. Bobby Lashley was one of Vince McMahon's pet projects during his time with ECW. Given his remarkable physique, Lashley was tipped to achieve great things in the company, but he never lived up to his potential. Lashley won the US title and the ECW title and was even the focal point of the newly created brand. Once Lashley was drafted to Raw, he was immediately placed in the WWE title picture and was given the time and the opportunity to grow as a performer. However, Lashley soon fell out of love with the hectic schedule and the constant traveling, and was released from his contract in 2008. Bobby has since won numerous titles in the indies and was one of Impact Wrestling's marquee names. Lashley may just return to WWE after Mania 34 and feud with even Brock Lesnar. Vince McMahon wanted Lashley to take on the mantle of being the next big WWE superstar, and one would have to imagine that the boss wasn't exactly thrilled watching Lashley do so well outside WWE. The greatest man that ever lived recently joined Impact Wrestling and immediately won the Impact Global title and the Impact Grand Championship. Aries was signed to WWE until last year and was released by them in July. Considering the fact that the current cruiserweight division only has about a dozen superstars, the company could have definitely used Aries' talent on the roster. It was reported that A-Double was unpopular with the superstars and officials alike, and even rubbed people the wrong way. However, there is no denying the fact that Austin Aries is one of the most talented performers in the world today. The fact that WWE lost both Aries and Neville in the space of a few months considerably weakened their cruiserweight roster, and the current Impact Global Champ could have given the division much needed stability. At this point, very few wrestling fans wouldn't have heard the name Kenny Omega. The cleaner took his tools to New Japan Pro Wrestling and is one of the top wrestlers in the world today. He recently put on a 5-star match with Chris Jericho, causing a huge buzz in the wrestling world. But he could have been playing his trade in WWE instead, if only the company managed to keep a hold of him a decade ago. Back in 2005, Omega was signed to a developmental deal and was sent down to Deep South Wrestling. While Kenny speaks fondly about getting the opportunity to train with Dave Taylor, that is the only good thing he has had to say about his entire time with Deep South Wrestling. Omega was critical of the promoters and trainers at WWE's then developmental territory, and it was later revealed that he had rebuffed WWE's advances over the past couple of years to sign him once again. Kenny has since won multiple world titles and is constantly linked with the return to WWE. Could this be a testament to how badly the promotion wants to make up for its past mistakes? And these were 10 wrestlers WWE regrets letting go. I hope you're all having an amazing day. Thank you so much for watching Wrestling Hub. If you have any other suggestions of wrestlers that WWE certainly regrets letting go, no questions about it, you can put in the comments. I'll take a look at it. Like I said, have an amazing day, and I will see you later with more wrestling videos.